Crouch, and I played the role of Trasker in James Jennings' play Together Alone. Trasker is now a patient at a nursing home, and when the play starts, he's been there for some amount of time. He was formerly a National Geographic photographer, and the family began to have trouble controlling him. And he has a rather fractious relationship with his adult son, who is Henry Trasker Jr. It's basically a father-son play set in the midst of the outbreak of COVID-19 in New York. Actually, James wrote this play for Emery and me, and we'd ask him, someday if he could write a play, and he came up with this father-adult-son play. And it's a beautiful play. James has an incredible ear for vernacular speech. And so we read it in the summer of 2020, sitting in a garden, and that was the first reading of the play. And so I didn't really have to audition for it. It was there, and then James decided to mount the production this fall. So we had a run at the very end of September and early October, and now we're having a little bit of a revival. I lived in New York through the 80s and did not ever meet him during that time, but I first met him in 2018, and I did some work in a play that was produced here that he did not direct, and he saw that, and he brought me back to do a play that he'd written and that he directed, and then I've done other plays. I did Richard III with him, and we did The Seagull, and so it's sort of, since 2018, it's my real theatrical home. It's a play about a father and son who have a fractious relationship. There's a lot of anger between the two men, and it's a play about people communicating past each other. What you discover in this play is that at the root, despite all this mess of their relationships and how obstinate each one of them is, you uncover this deep love and affection between the father and the son. All of this is heightened by the disaster that was happening to nursing homes in mid-March of 2020, when so many people were dying, and when the state ended visitation to nursing homes, even by the families, I think it was March 13th, 2020, a Friday the 13th, incidentally. It's this discovery, this kernel of love between these two men that makes the play for me. I'm incredibly enthusiastic about this play, and I feel a deep commitment to this play. I think it has a lot to say, and I think it has many more people to reach. It's set in a fraught time in New York City, and that heightens what happens in the play between father and son. And there's a third character, a very caring RN at the nursing home. So there are three characters altogether. And her name is Rachel in the play. Well, the cast are wonderful, beautiful people to work with. I've enjoyed every second of it. And there are three of us. There's Emery Lawrence, who plays my son, and Danika St. Denis, who plays Rachel, the registered nurse. Intimate production, and we're doing it in the Beckmann Theatre, which is a very intimate space. It seats only 35 people, and it's sort of the arena stage kind of layout, where the stage is in the center and the banked audiences on the two sides. So that's the theater. So it's a very intimate experience, I think, theatrically. I'd like to invite everyone to come see this play at the American Theatre of Actors at 314 West 54th Street, right in the heart of Midtown. And when you get here, you'll see we're next door to a police precinct, and But it's a beautiful play. It's a play about a timely subject, and it's a play about a very fundamental human relationship, that of fathers and sons, and a play that, a subject that I think has special resonance in America.